Good afternoon, made it. Welcome to Akwaaba Yoga, third one of the year, which means we are three-quarters of the way through 2024. I don't know if that's good or bad, if it's going quickly or if it's dragging. But yeah, it's great to do these quarterly. We're back on the mat with yourselves. Sorry I'm a bit late. Um, but yeah, today is Sunday, the 1st of September, and we're here for a 24-minute flow. If you've not joined in before, my name is Mark, and yeah, it's a pleasure to be with you on the mat for the next 25 minutes. Welcome if you're on the live. Afternoon, D-Man. See that you're tuned in. Been great following you over the past few weeks and your epic runs, you and the family. Yeah, let's get cracking. So I'm going to start. We're going to start seated. So find a comfortable position. I'm going to come cross-legged on the mat, sitting on the block, slightly raised. Maybe come down on your shins, or across your legs, whichever feels appropriate for you today, appropriate for you this afternoon. Let's just find ourselves arriving in this present moment. As I said, the year is, yeah, I won't say almost done, but definitely flying by. So let's try and slow things down and find ourselves in the present moment. Close your eyes. I invite you to close your eyes. Become aware of where you are right now, whether on your shins, your buttocks against the floor, the ground. Maybe brushing the backs of your thighs, your hamstrings. Become aware of whether you're rushing to come to the mat today. Become aware if you're waiting, and sometimes waiting causes frustration. Whatever emotion you find yourself in, just take note, give it a nod, and allow yourself to catch your breath so you can start to regulate your energy, your motion, your heartbeat. Become aware maybe of your fingertips touching one another, your hands on your knees, your thighs, maybe your arms below your side, your shoulders hunched. Maybe use this as an excuse to roll your shoulders back so you're long through the spine. Your chin is down towards your chest. If you can lift your chin off your chest, stand nice and tall and proud. The sort of posture and preparation you might want to take if you're walking into a room, maybe to give a presentation or to be present for a meeting. Use this as an excuse just to turn up to be your best self, the best version of yourself. With all that, we've been breathing subconsciously. Let's try and now bring some awareness to our breath. Let's take an inhale in for count of 3, hold for count of 1, then exhale for count of 5. Let's go together. Deep inhale in through the nose or through the mouth. Hold the breath. Slowly exhale for count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go again. Deep inhale in for 3, 2, 1. Hold for count of 1. And exhale out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And again, deep inhale in. 1, 2, 3. Hold at the top. And exhale out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just take one more round in your own time, at your own count. Just maintaining that conscious state of breathing. If your eyes are closed, just blink them open. It's a nice breathing exercise to take if you've got a bit of anxiety or you feel a bit overwhelmed. Just find yourself in a moment of stillness, whatever the situation might be. Just find a quiet space, or if you're in a room with other people on a crowded train, just come into your breath, just to regulate your heartbeat. And come into a spinal twist, taking into the lower back. So let's inhale to lift up that right arm. And on the exhale, I'm going to bring it across the body. Take it towards the left knee. It may not touch, it may dangle. If it's over the left knee, then start to twist the body over towards the left side of the room. If it's not quite reaching, just take the right forearm and use that as a bit of resistance to help pull your chest over towards the left side. You've got a couple of variations there. Try to set them nice and tall through your chest for 2, for 1, and exhale to release. I'm going to come to the other side. So on the inhale, float the arm up, nice and tall towards the ceiling. Stretch through the left side of the body, and bring the left arm towards the right knee. Again, feel free to take the left forearm for a bit of resistance, or use the left hand on the outside of the right knee. Start to twist the body over. Twisting from the lower belly, from the belly. There is no lower belly. Inhale to sit up tall. Exhale to see if you've got any more space to twist. And release out. Just shake out through the arms. I'm going to come out of a seated pose and turn to face the front of our mats. Come down onto our knees. So knees apart, feet together. I'm going to sit as low as we can on the heels. You can just go to your edge, whatever feels comfortable. So if it's tight, feel free to place a towel underneath the back of the hamstrings, or maybe a couple of blocks or books underneath the thighs, underneath the hamstrings. You're going to slowly start to walk the hands forward on the mat. Come down to Balasana, our child's pose. Just bringing the forehead towards the mat. Again, it's not a competition, it's to make it reach. Just go into where our body will allow. Stretching out through the torso, through the upper body, along in the arms. Remembering to tune into our breath here. Let the breath regulate our movement, our states. On the next inhale, let's press up into a tabletop, so our hands are stacked underneath our shoulders, our shins, our feet hip distance apart. Then we're going to press into the mat, curl the toes under, come into our downward facing dog. So use this as a place just to lift one heel at a time and energetically draw the heels towards the mat. So we're finding length in the back of the legs here. Pressing our hands into the floor, lifting the tailbone up towards the ceiling, taking the gaze in between the legs at the back. You can keep a bend in the knees, lift the heels up off the floor. Again, it's not a competition for the heels to touch. Wherever we are, let's come high on the toes. And let's tiptoe, keeping the hands where they are, tiptoe towards the front of the mat. High on your tiptoes until you can't get any further. And let's meet at the front. Let the arms be heavy, the head is heavy, the neck is nice and long. Just sway from left to right. Letting gravity take control here. Maybe taking a bend in the knees. Let's shuffle the feet so the hip distance apart. When it comes to a halfway lift, the hands and the shins, lengthen out through the arms. Roll the shoulders back and take the gaze just beyond the front of the mat. Nice and long in the neck. On the exhale, forward fold. Again, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to release. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to release. On the next breath, let's bend into the knees. And float both arms up towards the ceiling. Take a gaze in between the hands, looking up towards the sky, the ceiling. On the exhale, bring the hands into prayer to the center of the chest. On the inhale, float the arms up. Taking a prayer towards the ceiling. Look at the hands, and on the exhale, bend it from the hips. Come all the way down to our forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to release. Inhale to bend to the knees, float the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hands into prayer to the center of the chest. Let's go again. Inhale to float the hands up. Nice and long through the body. Exhale to bend from the hips. So come all the way now. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to release. Again, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release the hands towards the mats. If you need to, start to bend into the knees to lift the heels up off the floor. So the hands are touching the mats. And I'm going to lift up through that left leg and take it all the way towards the back of the mats. You can shuffle it forward or jump step it back. I'm going to bring that left knee down, uncurl the left toes. I'm going to shuffle that right foot so it's at a 90-degree angle. You can feel the ground. You're grounded through the right sole of the foot. And then you feel nice and steady. Start to peel the chest away from the right thigh. Let's all take our hands onto the right thigh. From here, we're going to start to bend into that right knee. So come into a stretch for our left hip flexor, which is a nice asana, a nice posture to come into, which prepares us for stillness at the end of the practice when we're coming into a seated pose, into a meditation. But if you're a runner or a walker or a cyclist, it's also a good pose to come into to stretch out the hip flexor. On your next breath, let's come back into our downward facing dog. So hands at the front of the mats. Again, taking the gaze towards the back of the mat, in between the legs. On the next breath, let's jump, step, or walk, and meet at the front in our forward fold. Again, stretch out through the body, listen the hands, the head become heavy. On the next breath, halfway lift, hands on the shins, roll the shoulders back, exhale, forward fold. On the next breath, this time we're going to lift up through the right leg, jump, step, or walk that right foot back. We're landing high on the toes, dropping down to the right knee this time, uncurl the right toes. As we come to runner's lunge on the left side. So again, we're grounded through that left foot. Ready, place the hands on the left thigh this time. Slowly start to bend into the left knee. So we're finding the stretch this time through our right hip flexor. If you're feeling a bit unsteady, if you've got a tall block or a book, place it in the right hand. To help with your balance. On the inhale, lifting, nice and tall for the torso. On the exhale, just pressing the hips towards the mat to come a bit deeper into the stretch. And on the next breath, placing both hands onto the mat, and jumping that left foot back. We're once again going to meet in our downward facing dog. So, got the toes lift up through the right knee. Downward facing dog. Deep inhale in, and exhale out. And again, inhale in through the nose. Slowly exhale out through the nose or through the mouth. On the next breath, come high on the toes, jump, step, or walk. We're going to meet again at the front of the mats in our forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to release. Again, we're going to bend into the knees, lifting up the heels, place the hands at the front of the mats. Keep bending into the knees. And we're going to walk the hands back, come into a seated position on our mats. Lengthen the legs towards the front of the mat. We're curling the toes in towards the face. Just roll the shoulders back so we're nice and tall for the torso. And on the next breath, we're going to take a bend from the hips. So I'm not dropping. I'm going to try and avoid dropping into the neck or slouching. Try and lengthen that through the back. And then slowly start to walk your hands forward, just to your edge. Just to the point where you can start to feel a stretch with the back of the legs, back of the hamstrings, the calf muscles. Again, curling the toes in towards the face. If you've got a towel, you can take the towel with 2 hands and wrap it around the backs of the soles of the feet. Maybe you want to take the hands and place them underneath the thighs to help draw the torso towards the shins. If it's there for you to take the backs of the calves to come into the stretch. It's there for you to grab the soles of the feet. Long, deep inhale in. Hold for breath, and on the exhale, come into a forward fold. Finding that stretch through the backs of the legs. And hold here for a count of 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wherever your hands might be, whether they're on the thighs, underneath the hamstrings, underneath the shins, holding a towel or the soles of the feet, and you start to wind back up. So nice and long in the torso once again. I'm going to take a bend into the right knee and place the right sole of the foot so it's flat on the mat. We're keeping the left leg nice and long. You can keep the right sole of the foot here, or you can take the right foot up and over the left leg. And then if it's there, please take the left hand around the front of the right shin. Just give it a grab. And let's try and start to turn the chest over towards the right side of the room. So either use the left hand to grab the right shin, or maybe you can use the crook of the elbow around the front of the shin. So just grab the hand, your left hand, with your right hand, to add a bit of resistance. Or just place the right hand behind the body, around the lower back, just to help you come into that stretch. So we're finding space here in our lower back. On the inhale, we're lengthening up. On the exhale, we're coming into the twist. Hold it for another 2, another 1. Slowly release out. We're going to lengthen out again through both legs and switch sides. So this time I'm going to bend into that left knee as the left side of the foot flat on the floor. Lift up through the left side of the foot, or keep it where it is. So listen to your body here. Again, take the right hand this time around the front of the left shin, or maybe the crease of the elbow, wrap it around the left knee, left shin. Start to turn the body over towards the left side of the room. So here, I'm finding the stretch on the outside of the left leg, left buttock. You might find it's coming into more of a stretch on one side than the other, depending on if you're tight on one side. Most of us are, where we overcompensate when we're walking or running. So if you find it a bit tighter, feel free to hold this asana for a little bit longer. Otherwise, let's release out. Lengthen that through both legs towards the front of the mat. Just give them a shake. And have a little play. Let's take both hands, so the palms will face up towards the ceiling. And let's take your back as low as you can. Engaging through the core. So you come in now flat onto the mat. Oh, be nice and long through the body. Getting up towards the ceiling. I'm going to come into a supine twist. Again, which is a lovely stretch to come into Vinyasa. If you've got lower back pain, so lift up through the right foot, the right leg. If it's there for you, grab the front of the right knee or maybe the back of the hamstring. And I'm going to start to draw the right knee over across the body over towards the left side of the room. So we're coming high onto the left hip. You start by taking the gaze over towards the left side of the room. Again, don't force that right knee down. Just go to your edge. You might hover off the ground. You might touch the ground. If it's there, please take the left hand and place it on the outside of the right thigh, just to add a bit of resistance. And finally, let's take the gaze over towards the right side of the room. So we're taking the gaze in the opposite direction of the knee. Number 2, number 1. And let's start to release out on the exhale. And let's switch and take the opposite side. So this time we're long in the right leg. We're lifting up through the left leg this time, taking the bend in the knee. And drawing that left knee across the body to wherever the body allows the left knee to go. So it may well hover off the ground, it may touch the ground. It's no competition, there's no one to impress here. See if we can take the right hand and place it on the outside of the left thigh. That's not quite there. Just let the right hand languish, let it lie heavy, and take the gaze over towards the left side of the room. Find and stretch through again our sacrum here. Another 2, another 1, Start to come out of the twist. Oh, let's take one final hug in. Knees towards the chest. Grabbing the front of the knees or the backs of the thighs. Maybe coming to happy baby. Taking the outside of the feet. With the soles of the feet facing the ceiling on the outside of the shins. Drawing the knees in towards the armpits here. And when you're ready, start to bring the legs back towards the floor. So nice and long through the body. Take the arms either side of the body, facing the hands, the palms towards the ceiling. Take one long inhale in through the nose for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 1. And then sigh it out. Now release our breath using your Ujjayi breathing to guide you through the practice. Come back into your natural breath. Feel supported by the ground here. I'd like to close your eyes. As we come into our Shavasana. So in our resting pose, feeling supported at the back of the skull, tops of the shoulders, triceps, you feel the floor underneath the elbows, the backs of the hands, maybe the sacrum, our buttocks, maybe the backs of the knees, the calves, our heels. Just let the feet flop out here. Whatever noise might be going on in your head or around you, maybe you might be practicing. Just allow the noise to be what it is. Just take note of your natural breath here. And let that natural breath just bring you to a state of calmness. Let your natural breath allow you to be present, even if it's for a couple of seconds. Just embrace the present moment and have a sense of gratitude for making it through another week, whatever obstacles and challenges might lie ahead, we might overcome. Just know that we're at different points in your life, you've overcome challenges before to lead you to where you are today. And let that be any motivation you might need for the week ahead. Feel free to stay in Shavasana or start to just walk the head from side to side. If your eyes are closed, like to blink them open. Let's come into a seated pose, a seated position. Any which way, as gracefully or ungracefully, let's come up. I'm going to come back onto the block. Set on the block. Feel free to come onto your shins. Feel free to cross the legs, again on the shins. Roll the shoulders back here. Let the hands lie on the thighs, on the knees. Take one more breath in and exhale out. Thank you for walking up. Whether you're live or watching some playback, hope you found the session useful. I hope these quarterly sessions are a positive marker in the year for you. So you're back on the mat. on the first Sunday in December. But yeah, until then, have a great week. And yeah, I'll see you in the future. Take care. God bless. Bye bye.